That's the thing about life. It can be unpredictable, but your dreams need not be. How far would you go to make your dreams come true? How close are you to reaching those goals set by you? While others focus on a new normal, you focus on a new beginning. Look around for what inspires you. Build your narrative. After all, it's your story to tell. Take a chance. Take a leap. Begin your study abroad journey with us.
Looking for the right course for you? Welcome to AECC Global's Course Search, your one-stop platform for all your international education needs. Browse through millions of free, valuable study abroad resources to pursue your international study dream. To begin your search, type in your preferred course in the search bar. Filter by sub-course category, level of study, destination preference, tuition fees, duration, and post-study work visa. With a destination drop-down, you can search for the preferred destinations of your choice. You can also filter down courses by top-ranked universities in your preferred destination and their rankings. Browse through various career choices, and you can also browse through free student resources like articles on tips to study abroad, the latest news, etc. We are here to support you with every step of your study abroad journey. To explore your course options, visit search.aeccglobal.com.
Oke, selamat sore teman-teman AECC Global. Salam sehat di hari ini, Rabu tanggal 30 Maret di tahun 2022. Selamat berjumpa kembali dengan saya, Lani dari AECC Global yang akan menjadi host pada acara kita sore hari ini. Dan juga salam kenal bagi teman-teman yang baru pertama kali mengikuti acara kami di platform ini. Oke, sore hari ini kami ingin berbagi mengenai University of South Australia, the University of Enterprise. Number one in South Australia for graduate careers. Jadi kalau kita sekolah tentunya setelah lulus kita mengharapkan untuk mendapatkan karir yang menjanjikan. Dan UNSA merupakan salah satu number one actually in South Australia for that. Topik kita hari ini adalah Learn about IT, Data Science, and Cyber Engineering at UNSA. Kenapa University of Australia merupakan top 150 in the world for computer science? Kemudian UNSA juga merupakan the only cyber engineering program of its kind in Australia. Dan juga UNSA also offers the final year projects across all bachelor and master programs in IT and data science. Hari ini kita punya 3 tamu. Pertama-tama, our speaker for today is Zhang, Coordinator International Business Development, University of South Australia. He works in the STEM academic unit. Along with Ethan, we also have Larasati Dewangka, who is currently a final year student at Bachelor of IT, specializing in software development. Larasati commenced her degree in February 2020 and currently is attending her final year to graduate around November, December this year. Okay, Larasati is also an ambassador for the Faculty of IT at UNISA. Hi, Ethan, and hi, Larasati. Say hello to our audience, please.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
I would also say there's another, my colleague, Joanna Liu here.
I was about to introduce her.
Thank you.
And of course, before we go to our main topic today, I would also like to introduce you to Joanna Liu. I think Joanna is not a new face to our audience. She's the manager of international recruitment Southeast Asia, who will open the session by introducing us about University of South Australia. Okay, so without a further ado, let's invite Joanna to the floor and introduce us a little bit about University of South Australia before we go to our main topic, which is learn about IT, data science, and cyber engineering at University of South Australia. Joanna?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lenny, and good afternoon from Adelaide, everyone. And then also thank you for AECC Indonesia to organize this IT, data science, and cyber engineering session for UNISA. So I'm going to share the PowerPoint to talk about the UNISA and also the, sorry, I have to start again. And also the Adelaide City as well. Okay. So as Lenny mentioned, that I'm the manager for the international recruitment for Southeast Asia. And then, but why study in South Australia actually? So UNISA is located in Adelaide, and then Adelaide is the capital city of South Australia. As you can see, we are very close to Sydney, just 2 hours flight and 1 hour flight from Melbourne. From Jakarta, from Indonesia, you have a different flight to Adelaide. You can go for Singapore Airline or other like Indonesian Airline. And then there's a direct flight to Adelaide. So Adelaide is ranked in the 3rd most livable city in the world. Not only that, Adelaide is also in the top 30 best city for students to study as well. So we have 4 seasons. So now today is the 30th of March. We are in autumn time. Today is a bit cooler and just maybe like 20 degrees. And then also, you know, in Australia, we have 2 intakes. So it depends on which intake you're coming from. For the first intake, which means the February intake, which means our end of summer, early autumn. If you come in our second intake, which is about July and August time, that will be our winter time. So one of the most livable places in the world, you can, you know, go anywhere, you know, in a very short distance. For example, like in the middle of the slide is a canal. It's just only 20 minutes driving system from the city to the canal. So Adelaide also hold about 400 arts and festival events in a year. We just finished our Adelaide Fringe and Warm Adelaide just last weekend. And also we celebrate, you know, other festival or Two Down Under as well. And this is the Rundle Mall, and we have like Apple Shop, H&M, supermarket, cafe, a lot of the, you know, restaurant along this Rundle Mall as well. It's also very close to our 2 campuses, which is City West campus for business, architecture student, and City East, which is for health sciences related student. We have a central market, and then it's also located in the city as well. And it's very busy on Saturday. And we have, different cuisine. In addition to Australian cuisine, we have, like, of course, Indonesian food, and very close to our office. We are very lucky. And also we have African food, yum cha, Singapore food, Cambodia, Vietnam, Vietnamese food as well. And Adelaide is quite affordable compared to Sydney and Melbourne. We are 14% more affordable. And also we have a lowest medium rent in the country. In addition to that, international students receive a 50% discount on public transport, whereas another Australian state may not have this large amount of discount. Just give you a bit of idea about the cost of living. We suggest you prepare like Indonesian rupee, 14.6 million per month, which can cover food, accommodation, utility, transport, and entertainment. Of course, international student is eligible to work part-time while they study with us. We also have a international student have a post-study work right, and this is the government policy. As you can see from this table, which I copied from the Study Adelaide website, that Adelaide offers international graduate and additional year of post-study work right. And this additional year of post-study work right is not available to international students where they study in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. For example, if you finish our 3-year bachelor degree, you can stay in Australia for 2 years. However, if you choose Adelaide, then you can stay in Adelaide after you complete for 3-year degree, and then you can stay 3 years in Adelaide. And then why study with UniSA? We are the #2 in Australia for quality education. And also we are the top 10 young university in Australia as well. And our university are quite well known in terms of providing a very practical program. We are the top 5 in Australia for graduate employability. And also we are the top 5 in Australia for developing work-ready skill, and employer love our graduate. We are top 10 in Australia as well. We have 35,000 students, 6,500 of them are international students coming from 80 different countries. We have 7 academic units, some university they call faculty, and also we offer about 200 degrees. And this is 7 academic units. Today we focus on the STEM program. We have 4 campuses, as you can see on this map. From the Adelaide Airport to the CBD area, it's just only 15 minutes driving distance from the city to Adelaide, to the airport. And when you first arrive in Adelaide, let us know. We will have someone to pick you up from the airport to the accommodation you booked. And we have 2 campuses in the city area, which is City West on the left-hand side. It offers like business, architecture, and some of the arts degree. And City East, which is health sciences program. And then on the right-hand side, McGill campus, it offers education, social work, psychology program, and communication and media. And those kind of creative arts program is also, some of them over there as well. And on the left part of Adelaide is a Mozambique. It offers all the STEM program. It's just only 17 minutes train express from Mozambique to city. As I mentioned, we have 2 intake in a year, which is start in February or July intake. But however, some of the health science program just only have 1 intake, which is just only February intake. And for students study business school, their intake a little bit different. They also start in February intake, but the second intake will be in early August. So this is the list of our business program under the UniSA business faculty. And also this is the list of our health science program. And so they have different kind of program offer, and which is located in the City East campus. And under the creative arts, we have design, urban planning, art, and architecture, creative arts, and communication program as well. And we also offer like education program in undergrad and postgrad level. And today we focus on UniSA STEM program, and Ethan will talk about like IT, data science and cyber engineering program later. And university is a very practical university. We offer internship and placement for most of the program, and also we invite the guest lecturers to, to provide some market insight to our student. And the student also have opportunity to undertake the industry project as well. And this is the list of the services we provided to the international student. For example, like study support, career advice and mentoring, accommodation support, and we have an Indonesian, student club in UniSA as well. And also we have free on arrival welcome, as I mentioned just now. And we have a dedicated career officer to provide some advice to the international student if they are interested to look for the part-time job or full-time job after they graduate. And we also have a career expo, which is going to help tomorrow, because today is 30th of March, tomorrow is 31st of March, and which will be held in the Adelaide Convention Center, which is opposite to one of our City West campus. We invite the future employer to meet our student. We also provide some tips to our current student on how to be interviewed by the prospective employer as well, and what information they can ask during this expo as well. We have the rental database for the student to look for the accommodation around their campus, and based on their budget they can available. And this is some of the photo of the accommodation, which is located in the city. And this is the some of the apartment and the student accommodation located in the Mawson Lakes. And of course, there's a website available for you to look at that. And some students, they would like to rent a house and share with 4 or 5 students, like Larasati, and then she may share about her experience later as well. Yeah, so when you're away from home, you would like to develop some independent skill, but UniSA will also give you some support. As you can see this ranking, we are the top 10 in Australia for student support, and also for student experience as well. In South Australia, we are the #1 in South Australia for student satisfaction. Okay, we have 2 scholarships. The first scholarship is the 15% for the whole duration of program. If you have an Indonesian high school result, then we will look at your year 10, 11, and 12 to get the average score. And if you get the average score about 80, then you will be eligible for 15% discount for the whole duration of program. Okay, if you are, already have the undergrad degree in Indonesia and come for our postmaster level, you will need to have GPA 2.5 out of 4 in order to be eligible for our 15% scholarship. So the last one will be the Vice Chancellor International Excellence Scholarship. This is 15% off for the whole duration of program. This is very competitive and limited places, and we require at least minimum average GPA of 95. As I mentioned, that this is very competitive. Even though you got 95, it doesn't mean you will get it, because depends on whether your competitor. When I say competitor, depends on you compete with other students from different countries. It's not only Indonesian student. So this is the score required for the Vice Chancellor Scholarship. Of course, it's also available for the master's application as well, but you need to have a GPA at least 3.8 in order to be considered for the Vice Chancellor Scholarship. All right, then I may pass this on to my colleague, Ethan.
Thank you, Joanna. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
It's a presentation screen, right? Not the notes screen.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. Joanna already briefed you about the Adelaide City and UniSA 4 campuses. So I'm going to focus on the Mawson Lake City, Mawson Lake campus. So in the Mawson Lake campus, even though we're not in the CBD area, but we do have some very high-tech facilities on campus. And we are just very close to the residence area as well. Like in around the Mawson Lake campus, just across the street, you can get all the supermarket, cinema, and also bubble tea, barbecue pork, everything around your study area. It's very convenient for students. So for STEM, we have our program covers engineering, IT, environment, science and math, and also aviation as well. So this is the area we're going to cover. And today I'm going to talk about the engineering, cyber engineering and communication. And I also going to talk about the Master of Data Science. And then I will get Lara Sati to share her life and study experience with UniSA. And then I will going to continue to tell you more information about the IT program. So as just Lenny mentioned, for computer science, we've been ranked the top 150 in the world for Times Higher Education. And we also been ranked as the work-ready graduate in engineering for top 5 in Australia. So UniSA is very practical university, especially for our STEM focus. Of course, if you want to do any further research after you graduate with our either bachelor or master honors degree, and you can continue with our research to work with our great famous research partners here. So we work with them very closely. Actually, in this year, UniSA being ranked #1 in Australia for young university, like industry income. For engineering, we've been covered lots of areas, but today I'm only going to talk about the Master of Engineering, Cyber Engineering and Telecommunication. So you're probably not familiar with the cyber engineering and telecommunication, but this degree is covered both software side and also hardware side. So for software side, it covers the cybersecurity, networking, and for the hardware side, it covers the devices and related. What does that mean? In the real life, you're probably familiar with your phone, with your smart home system, like for example, Google, Hey Google, Hey Siri, and also drones, and also, oh sorry, my phone just responds me with Hey Siri. And also this kind of thing. So you send a message to your phone and they do some actions. For example, you can ask your phone to make an alarm or a calendar reminder. And when your mobile phone receives your message, there is a program inside of your mobile phone and set the alarm for you. But how to make sure when you send this message to phone and that program make the correct action is something about the cybersecurity and how this connect with your device and make it correct. For example, if you say make alarm at 5 o'clock, instead of 5 o'clock, it could be wrong, make it as 10 o'clock or 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. So how to make this correct? And also for the big machine like bullet train, when they make decision to turn right, turn left, it's very hard to manually operate it. So everything has to be set up in a program to make them make decision before your brand works. So this is how the order being transformed as an action. This is something related to the cyber engineering and telecommunication. The biggest part, I guess, is the defense and satellites. I mean, satellites can be used for defense and also can be used for the weather forecast and those kind of things. So this is the how the program being used. So for our Master of Engineering, Cyber Engineering and Telecommunication, we focus on the 5 key components like data science, cybersecurity, system engineering, telecommunication, and we also related with the, in your final year, we have the research component. Possibility is working with the real industry. If students, I mean, in the future, they want to do further research, that's part of the bonus for them to get into the industry. We work with the Engineering Australia very closely. So we are the first university in Australia to set up this program. And also we are, as in the education this industry, we haven't have a program called Cyber Engineering Telecommunication. So we're working with Engineering Australia to set up the engineering accreditation. So once our first group of cohort, probably even next year, graduate, and they will be recognized by Engineering Australia, because all of our components just mentioned, like 5 components, are recommended by the Engineering Australia. The other program I'm going to mention is about data science. Again, this is very related to our life, and you probably recognize more than cyber engineering. Data science, for example, we have the loyalty programs like in the airline company, in the hotel, and probably even during your shopping, even in the supermarket, they also ask you to join their programs like loyalty member. So this is something like collecting your data. And when you use your phone, like doing online shopping, you're probably being pushed a lot something like you have to keep buying. Like probably when you search for example, for girls, they search some kind of makeup, and then probably with the following next month, you will be pushed a lot with similar products for you to choose to continually shopping. So this is one of the data science being used in your life. But however, there are more different scenarios can be used, like in the crime prediction software, and also use the software to collecting data to predict the earthquake, and also the traffic lights to help the city, especially I think Jakarta's traffic probably need this kind of software to help the traffic continuing, help people to moving in the peak season. So this is one of the data science can be used. Also in the industries, data science also been heavily used in like banking and engineering to make all of, for engineering, probably don't understand why the data science being used. In engineering, people need to predict, because all the machines keep running. So people need to predict when some of the accessory need to be replaced, when so they can make say replacement before they actually being damaged. So and make all the production more efficient. And also with the pandemic recently, the healthcare use data science a lot. I believe this we can all see this. For UniSA Master of Data Science, students use different softwares like SAS, R, Python, and AWS. And actually, we working with SAS very closely. And during our, when students finish with our Master of Data Science program, let me just double check the time. When students finish with our Master of Data Science, they just need to go to the SAS website, register and attend the test. then they can be accredited by the SACS different certificate, but they don't have to attend extra training because our program already covered all of the training for these 2 certificates. This is one of the example, our student, Master of Data Science students, working closely with the local industry. This is the local football club. It's called Adelaide Power. So we're working with them for the subject like predict what kind of situation their football team member can be injured and what action they need to use to reduce the risk or they recover quickly. So we separate students as a 5 for each group, and each group come up with a solution and present to the Adelaide Power. So this is one of the example our students being used in a professional development. It's also one of the highlights for this course. And the project is all of the IT related program. They have the different project like either ICT project or post-storm storm project. So this is normally during 1 semester, and probably most of the students will do it on the last year. And it will be organized by UniSA. It's unpaid, of course. That's the common industry standard in Australia. And students work either with a real company or with nominated university, a project nominated by the university. They come up with a report and a recommendation with the solution and represent to the classmate or to the real company. On the right side, this are some of the company we are currently working with. SA Water is one of the recently one of our graduates finished her degree and work at SA Water, but I will talk about this program later. This is the another example we show to you for the project we work with the industry for the data science students. So they analyze the data for the train station coming and come out and departure. Then they come out with the timetable discriminal, timetable time log for the company. So that's the 2 programs I just mentioned. Then I will give it to Larasati to give you some of her briefly personal experience, life experience and study experience with UniSA.
Yep. Thank you, Ethan.
Do you want to share the screen or I can?
Can you share the slides for me or?
Yeah, I can share slides.
Oh, okay. Yep, that will be
Just
great.
let me know if you want, when you want to go to the next page.
Hi guys, my name is Larasati. Seperti yang kalian udah tahu, aku student IT di year terakhirku, year ketiga. Aku belajar untuk software development. Aku juga sampai di Adelaide sini awal dari 2020. Nah, aku mau sharing tentang experience-ku, gimana sih tinggal di Adelaide, terus kayak working experience-nya, living experience, study experience, dan lain-lainnya. Ethan, can we go to the next one? Yep, di sini ada foto dari aku sama teman-teman dari housemate-ku. Aku tinggal di kayak sharing house gitu, kayak kos-kosan gitu. Terus banyak teman-temanku juga pada dari internasional juga. Ada yang dari Kenya, dari Prancis, ada yang lokal juga ada yang dari Korea, dari India juga ada, terus ada juga yang dari Indonesia. Dari aku sendiri, kalau tentang biaya, aku bayar seminggu itu 165, jadi 1 bulan itu $660. Terus ditambah makan-makan juga segala macam, bisa jadi seminggu bisa $40 atau $50. Jadi untuk save-nya aku biasa siapin kayak sekitar $1.000 gitu untuk sebulan. Di sini juga banyak banget makanan-makanan Indonesia. Ya ada beberapa restoran sini sana kalau aku lagi kangen gitu makanan Indonesia, makan pecel lele atau makan rendang gitu. Jadi aku kadang juga harus keluar untuk beli-beli makan juga. Can we go next one, Ethan? Yep. Di Adelaide juga banyak Indonesia community event gitu yang aku ikut dari PPIA, ada warga SA juga, ada banyak sebenarnya komunitas-komunitas Indonesia yang kalian bisa ikut waktu kalian udah nyampe di Adelaide ini. Ini sebenarnya sangat bantuin sih menurut aku ya, soalnya aku jadi kenal banyak gitu, dapat bantuan juga banyak dari orang-orang Indonesia lain gitu. Terus sekarang kita juga ada event-event gitu di mana kayak ada jualan makanan atau apa gitu, atau kayak jalan pagi gitu-gitu. Ini asik sih sebenarnya. Aku benar-benar nyaranin kalian kalau kalian udah berminat gitu misalnya masuk ke Adelaide untuk ikut-ikut Indonesian community kita. Next one, Ethan. Nah, ini ada beberapa screenshot yang aku ambil dari Facebook PPIA SA, ada juga di Adelaide Indonesian Community, ada juga kita di USASA, ada yang namanya PPIA UNISA. Untuk kalian student kalian bisa daftarin diri kalian di sini, nanti bisa join ke grup kita, terus bisa kita lihat kita bisa ikut event apa, event ini itu gitu. Terus aku juga mau ngomong soal working experience-ku. Kan sebenarnya karena kita uni student, kita agak sibuk ya, harus belajar, harus ngerjain tugas, terus apalah gitu kan, masak, kalau bikin ini laundry gitu-gitu. Jadi ada banyak sebenarnya student yang khawatir gitu, aduh kalau aku belajar sambil study gimana nantinya pelajaranku atau gimana gitu kan. Sebenarnya ada sesuai kalau di Uni SA sendiri kan kita kan pilih jadwal istilahnya enroll ke kelas-kelas gitu, terus kita sesuaiin kan jadwal kita sama kalau ada kerjaan atau apa gitu. Jadi ada beberapa student yang ngambil part-time job, cuman kalau kalian takut gak punya waktu istilahnya buat part-time job, aku menyaranin sih ada kayak namanya summer holiday job gitu, yang salah satunya aku ikut tahun lalu Desember sampai Februari, aku ikut summer holiday job gitu di Northern Territory, sekalian aku visit kakakku. Itu lumayan sebenarnya full time, aku bisa kerja full time tanpa harus mikirin soal studiku gitu-gitu. Jadi ya itu lumayan untuk ngumpulin uang buat selanjutnya nanti gitu istilahnya. Terus kita juga bisa sih tetap ngambil part-time job di sini. Ada juga part-time job dari uni kayak uni mentor atau jadi student ambassador seperti aku. Itu juga lumayan buat nambah-nambah uang untuk istilahnya jajan, untuk uang jajan lah ya. Nah, kebetulan juga aku mau ngomongin soal skills shortage di Australia itu lumayan skill shortage di Australia. Jadi banyak banget oportunitas yang kalian bisa ambil kalau kalian actually get into Australia gitu. Ada juga volunteer dan juga ada placement saat kalian di tahun-tahun terakhir di uni kamu. Next one, Ethan. Nah, kalau soal university, kita universitas juga banyak ada university event. Kayak yang pertama itu foto dari Chinese Lunar New Year tahun lalu yang aku ambil. Yang kedua itu dari International Orientation. University juga banyak-banyak ngadain kayak kampus ekstrakurikuler klub-klubnya ada beberapa hari di mana klub-klubnya pada ngumpul di suatu park gitu, terus kayak promosiin klub-klub mereka. Di situ kalian bisa kenal tuh banyak orang, terus bisa lihat-lihat juga klub kalian kira-kira apa yang kalian tertarik gitu. Kalian juga bisa ikut-ikut klub itu. Atau juga kalian mau ngerayain apa, kayak Lunar New Year event ini, mereka juga ada. Kalian bisa tinggal partisipasi aja, tinggal register, terus kalian bisa ikut. Lumayan juga buat tambah kenalan, supaya jaringan kalian juga makin tambah luas. Next one, Ethan. Ya, terus tentang study experience-ku sendiri, di Uni SA ini kita ada banyak kayak project, ada banyak project-project sama orang-orang lain juga. Ini salah satu uni project aku yang aku buat tahun lalu sama teman-temanku. itu kita disuruh membuat sebuah produk karena COVID ini untuk orang-orang bisa register dengan setup yang cepat dan juga bisa register dengan scan QR juga. Dan juga kita harus bisa dapatkan report-report tentang orang-orang yang sudah scan QR di lokasi-lokasi tertentu. Ini hanya beberapa snippet aja yang aku ambil dari uni projectku. Ini sebenarnya membantu banget sih buat experience kalian, sama juga buat ke dalam portofolio kalian nantinya. Karena di sini kalian juga harus belajar gitu buat kerjasama sama orang lain itu gimana sih, terus punya klien yang bisa dikontak cuman dalam beberapa hari tertentu gimana sih rasanya gitu. Karena klien kan ya beda-beda ya, kita juga sebagai orang yang mendapatkan project itu harus bisa mengadaptasi dengan klien tersebut. Kita juga sempat di tahun-tahun pertamaku ada project juga tentang dengan dua company besar yang tentang mengenai kayak indigenous aboriginal community dan lain-lainnya. Terus aku juga mau ngomong soal ada juga di UNSA ini kita banyak kayak ada practical classes, ada juga tutorial, ada juga lecture classes. Dimana lecture classes mungkin bakal kayak 1 jam, 2 jam, kita juga ada tutorial memperdalam tentang teori kita atau apa gitu, tentang pertanyaan-pertanyaan. Terus ada juga salah satu yang paling penting adalah practical classes, di mana kita juga hanya belajar teori doang, kita harus bisa mempraktikum itulah, istilahnya mengaplikasikan pengetahuan yang sudah kita ketahui gitu. Nah, aku juga sebenarnya banyak dapat kayak pertanyaan-pertanyaan gitu dari teman-temanku, dari orang-orang yang sudah pernah aku hubungin. Aku sebenarnya tertarik banget sama misalnya kuliah di luar negeri gitu-gitu. Cuman aku nggak pede nih sama English aku sendiri. Kakak bisa nggak tolong bantuin gitu kayak English tipsnya apa gitu. Kalau aku sendiri sih, untuk aku tips yang aku pengen kasih tahu kalian itu, kamu gimana pun juga kamu harus bisa berani gitu ngomong sama orang lain. Walaupun istilahnya English kalian masih sedikit-sedikit kurang nggak lancar atau apa, cuman ya namanya juga kita kan belajar ya. Jadi harus dikit-dikit ya harus dipaksain lah supaya kita sendiri juga nyaman. Terus ada juga orang-orang yang bingung gitu gimana sih cara kita nyari teman atau apa. Ingat aja kayak gini kalau menurutku ya, kalau di uni. If you want to make friends, other would also want to make friends. So, jadi kalau kalian mau punya teman, pasti orang lain juga mau punya teman. Jadi kalau kalian mau istilahnya inisiatif duluan, itu malah tambah bagus lagi gitu. Terus hal yang paling terakhir yang aku ingin ngomong itu, kenapa SA gitu, kenapa nggak Melbourne sama Sydney? Ini dari experience aku sendiri, aku tanya teman-temanku yang ada di Melbourne sama di Sydney, gimana rasanya di Melbourne, Sydney, asik kagak gitu-gitu, orang-orangnya gimana gitu, terus gimana sih situasinya di sana gitu-gitu. Kata-kata mereka justru bikin aku agak kaget. Kata-kata mereka, sini banyak banget orang Indonesianya, gak berasa kayak di luar negeri. Berasa sih di luar negeri, cuman banyak banget orang Indonesia. Aku pakai bahasa Indonesia terus kalau di luar. Terus aku juga jadinya mikir kan, I want to go to other country to experience other culture. Jadi ya kalau aku sendiri, aku ingin keluar negeri, aku pengen experience culture orang-orang lain gitu. Aku pengen memperluas jaringanku gitu dengan banyak orang-orang gitu, banyak tipe orang-orang. Jadinya aku juga mikir dong 2 kali, kalau aku ke Sydney sama Melbourne ketemu orang Indonesia terus, jaringan aku bukan itu yang aku incar sebenarnya. Terus makanya aku lihat kalau SA ternyata sangat-sangat diverse banget gitu. Dan ternyata emang benar di sini orang-orangnya benar-benar diverse banget, dari Korea, Vietnam, Jepang, Perancis, dari mana-mana seluruh dunia ada di sini istilahnya. Itu salah satu yang aku suka banget sih dari SA. Ya itu aja sih dari aku. Okay, alright then, that's all from me. I'll be passing it back to Ethan. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Narasi. I'm totally agree with you, to be honest. Yes, you're 100% right. Okay. If you have any question, I mean, still want to ask her, after I finish my presentation, we leave some time for you to do the Q&A section. So let's go back to the IT. So for IT area, we have computer science, which covers all different IT programs, including the networking, cybersecurity, game design, mobile application development, and software development and software engineering as well. This is all being accredited by ACS. And we also have Master of IT Enterprises Management. This is also accredited by the ACS. But this Master of IT is more like a bridging course between business and IT program. So it doesn't require like for Bachelor of IT background. So any bachelor can apply for this Master of IT Enterprises Management. And also, as just mentioned, for data science, we have Master of Data Science and Bachelor of Mathematics Data Science in the data science area. So for IT students, in 5 weeks time, when they start with our IT program, we help students to understand the users, because as an IT, either you're working in the IT support officer role or in the program development role, you need to understand what your user wanted and what your user speak language, because IT language is different to the other people's language. So they need to understand and they need to apply this understanding into their further future studies. So in the year 1, year 2, one student finished with the 3 courses during the in the midterm, we pause all the other courses study, and we have a studio applied on the year 1, year 2, and in year 3 we have either ICT project or other courses running at the same time. So this is one of our design studio. So this is a big advanced area for students to working in the group situation and discuss with their project and present their products. This is one of our lab. Because of the time limit, I'm not going to play all the videos, but we're going to give this video to the AECC. So if you need any videos about this lab, you can request. So this is our Cisco networking lab for cybersecurity students. We're working with the Cisco very closely. So once students finish our networking and cybersecurity bachelor, they can go straight to the Cisco website and apply, just pay for the exam fee for the CCNA and CCNP exam. They don't actually need extra training to do this kind of exam, because it's all been covered during their study. But if you, for some institutions, if they don't provide this training, they have to apply separate training for the certificate. Then it could be cost people like 30K for those kind of training. This is one of our game design student to use with the game lab. So students apply their game knowledge in the designing lab, and also as a practice, sometimes we can see on the campus they asking for a volunteer to do these testings. So I believe I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but if I see the advertisement, I'm going to apply for that. This is another example for the sandbox. It's actually used for environmental science, but all the software are developed and used software development. This is the example that we apply the software in the actual research and study. So as I just mentioned, the projects, and for all the ICT IT students, they have the project available for their before they graduate, either ICT project or capstone project. So one of the example is we're working with the national car race company. So we use the software to analyze. It's not for gaming, like who is the first one or who is the last one, but it's actually checking the position of the top 10 drivers on the track, and the analysis how the environment affect their car racing, and run a report for the company for future analysis. UNISA working with the UGM for the articulation agreement. If we have the UGM students today, this is one of the some of the articulation we are working with them together. So this is the entry requirement as well. But if you have any further question about the transition to UNISA, we can discuss later on this. For IT program, there's my colleague doing a track for the yearly research. Like you can see the data from here from 2018, 19, 20, 21 last year. You can see all the trends still quite strong, and it's getting very strong at the end of last year. Because South Australia, not just South Australia, all of Australia are very short of skilled labor at this stage. And so I believe for students who study IT, they will have a big chance to get their job. And also in South Australia recently, during the last 2 to 3 years, we have a lot of big companies opening their branch office in South Australia, but that doesn't mean we guarantee students can find a job with those companies. But you can see the trend that Adelaide is developing, and especially with the government support. I think yesterday, Joanna, I think it's yesterday or this morning, they just announced the new budget. So the new budget policy, I think it will be even benefit more for people to find a job, and I believe government is going to support it more with those industries. So this is Lot 14. It's actually next to our City East campus. So here's quite a lot like Google Cloud, MIT, DX is not AWS, AWC. So it's going to be based on here. This is the example I just mentioned. Students finished their Master of IT, Enterprises Management. She got a capstone project in her final year, and as an internship to work in SA Water, and then eventually her project mentor helped her with the job application in SA Water, and she got this job just before. When she graduated from our Master of IT. And yeah, and before I finish, I just have a quick reminder, everyone. For next Friday, 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. in Jakarta time, we will have 101 interview session. If you like to register, I can see Tony already posted the link in the chat. So if you want to register with the 101 session, talk with me or Joanna or my colleague, please feel free to register with the link, and then we can talk more if we don't have enough time today. Yeah, so let's go back to the Q&A session. Diploma. Sorry, Joanna.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Ethan. Lenny, do you want to hold this one, or you want me to read the question? Some of them I can't read that.
Yeah, I mean, I can read it, or you can also read it. Teman-teman, silakan taruh question Anda di chat box, please. Jadi kita bisa baca bersama. Bisa transfer credits from diploma program. Can she, Anita Yuliandari, she asked whether she can transfer credits from diploma program or not?
Yeah, definitely she can. She needs to submit the course outline, and so that we can do a credit mapping, and then like apple to orange to orange, so that she know how many credits she will get, and we will issue the study plan so that she know how many years or courses remaining study at UniSA. And we have a, if you want to look for the 15% scholarship, you need to require to have GPA 2.5 out of 4, and the remaining study at UniSA at least 2 years, 72 units.
Oke, Anita, mudah-mudahan itu bisa menjawab ya, bisa transfer credit, akan di-assess, bisa dapat 15% scholarship if your grade is good accordingly to yang diperlukan, sehingga masih harus ambil lagi 2 tahun saja dari diploma program. Hope that helps. Thank you. Berikutnya Abrar Kashmal, ada for part-time job. This is for Laras, obviously. Laras, for part-time job, is it difficult to get a part-time job? Where can you find a part-time job? From a website atau gimana? I mean, Laras.
Ya, kalau part-time job sendiri itu sesuai ya. Ada, aku sempat ada susah nyari juga. Cuman part-time jobku kebanyakan itu dari teman-temanku sendiri sih, dari kenalanku. Jadi aku punya temen, terus dia kenalin aku sama job gitu. Ada juga dari website-website kayak aku saranin buat untuk membuat, kita di Australia ini banyak pakai LinkedIn namanya. Itu salah satu platform di mana kamu bisa membuild profile kamu supaya kamu bisa dilihat dari orang-orang lain tentang dilihat dari sisi bisnis atau gimana gitu. Terus ada beberapa juga orang yang udah kontak aku dari website LinkedIn itu. Jadi aku saranin sih dari LinkedIn sama dari kenalan kamu. Ada juga kayak kayak SIG gitu, di mana kamu bisa kayak ada banyak postingan lowongan juga di sana dan kamu bisa cari juga di sana.
Jadi teman-teman, tadi Laras juga udah cerita ya, selain belajar banyak sekali komunitas yang bisa diikuti supaya kita banyak dapatkan network baru, teman-teman baru. Terbukti dari Laras nih, Laras dapat kerjaan banyak dari teman-temannya, tentu ada website dan lain sebagainya, tapi paling enak dapat kerjaan dari teman ke temannya.
Iya.
Jadi, tadi Laras juga ada informasikan bahwa banyak sekali event di university di mana kalian bisa terlibat di dalamnya untuk berorganisasi dan juga untuk cari teman baru. Jadi kalau misalnya memang teman-teman berencana untuk belajar ke luar negeri, hal-hal seperti ini harus tentunya digunakan. Jangan hanya belajar aja, tapi harus banyak mingle with other people, mingle with other students, supaya kita punya network yang kuat.
Okay. Betul.
And also, I just shared a website from Study Adelaide because I think you're talking about part-time jobs. So Study Adelaide just announced today is a job shop website. So it's over 100 jobs student can apply. It's a casual job anyway. It's a casual job. Student can apply even before they landed in South Australia. So this is something they can have a look as well.
Ada juga website seperti kata Ethan yang bisa dicoba dicek dan coba apply for the job ya. Oke. Kita masih ada waktu sedikit, sekitar 5 menit. Apabila teman-teman masih ada pertanyaan lain, silahkan ketik pertanyaan Anda di Q&A box sehingga kita bisa bahas bersama. Silakan teman-teman sambil menunggu pertanyaan teman-teman, sedikit summary mungkin ya. Kalau saya boleh bilang, it's a very strong program in IT, data science, and cyber engineering. Kelihatannya banyak opportunity that you can do after having this degree tentunya. Ya. Pada saat teman-teman belajar juga tadi Ethan menyebutkan the opportunity to do internship or group project towards the end of the final year, di mana teman-teman sekalian bisa bekerja dengan real company. Mungkin tidak dibayar, tidak selalu dibayar, tapi sangat dibutuhkan untuk ditulis di CV teman-teman. Ya. Satu hal lagi, UniSA ini terkenal dengan work with industry, collaborating with a lot of companies worldwide. Yeah, so it's number young university in Australia for industry collaborations. Artinya apa? Artinya memang UniSA sangat banyak mempunyai link dengan industri. Salah satunya tadi yang Ethan sudah sebutkan, ya. Okay. Another question from Abrar. I actually already passed the selection process at UniSA, but the agent looks a bit slow response. Can I change to this agent with my previous data? Tentunya bisa, Abrar, kalau misalnya memang ingin dibantu oleh AECC Global. Saya bantu jawab pertanyaan Abrar. Apabila memang ingin dibantu oleh AECC Global, silakan hubungi salah satu konselor kami. Nanti konselor kami akan membantu untuk finalize apapun yang meneruskan proses sampai di mana Abrar berada saat ini. Oke, nanti Anda akan dihubungi oleh salah seorang konselor kami juga. Next question mungkin. Okay, if you guys don't have any other questions, tadi Anita udah terjawab ya, bisa transfer kredit dari program diploma bisa. Untuk masuk ke UniSA juga mereka mempunyai diploma pathway, ya, yang bisa diambil. Kemudian Agustinus Polabi, apakah kita harus expert dulu di salah satu bahasa program untuk bisa join di data science untuk program dokter? For PhD program, Ethan, does student need to be expert in one of the program language supposed to be able to join data science for doctoral program?
Sorry, can you say it again?
Okay, to be able to do data science in a PhD program, especially, does student need to be expert in one of the language, the program language?
I have to double check because normally for the research, just give me 1 second. Let me have a look. In the research area, see what's the data science we covered. So what's the student's background at this moment?
Agustinus, Anda boleh unmute yourself dan mungkin sedikit menerangkan kepada kami background study Anda apa supaya Ethan bisa lebih paham pertanyaannya ya. Apakah Anda dari Master of IT atau Master of IT related program?
Yeah, thank you. My background study is science computation, focusing nanomaterial using games is like tools, not coding in one language program. So I just use games to find the type of the molecule in some atom.
Yeah, okay, I might just quickly share my screen so you can see where to find the related information here. So this is the, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the website normally we go with, like if you want to do any further research. So if you choose your as an international applicant, so you can see what area available currently for international students. So if you click the information on computing science, I couldn't, but if you click here, so even as a domestic student, there's not too much project currently available for data science management, for data management, data science. But if you click this one, express of your interest form, and then it will, if you leave your email address, and then continue with filling all the information with your current background and your bachelor or master degree, and let the email will goes into the division, the related research team. If they, for example, if they are applying for the funds, but the funds haven't been approved, then the project won't be shown in this area. But when they receive your email, they know someone might be interested with this in this project. And if your topic, it will be matched with the researcher's topic, they keep in mind with you. And when the research project available, they might send email back to you and say there's an opportunity. So at this stage, we can see there's no data science related projects available at the moment, but just express your interest form, send an email to the division and let them know your ability, your interest topic, your background, and see what happens in the future. I might share.
Thank you.
I'm going to share this website in here, so you can have a look later.
Okay, thank you, Ethan. Another question from Abrar. What is actually means by master by coursework? So we don't need to have any, so we don't need to write thesis. So what is the final task? Would you like to?
Yeah. Generally speaking, in Australia, we make it, if you coming as an international student, you go with the master by coursework instead of by research. So master by coursework normally is like 1.5 or 2 years. Most of the time it will be 2 years study as an international student. You will do your thesis and like even including the research component, depends on the different program. You might include it, you might have research component, you might not have research component. For example, Master of IT Enterprises Management, that one doesn't include in the research component. But for some of the, for example, Master of Engineering Electric Power, they have the research component and thesis. So that's included in the program. The final task is normally you need to pass all the you need to finish each courses during that 2-year study, for example, and there's no final task. That kind of saying for Australia, unless you're doing research, then you probably have a final task. You're doing some project research, they have a final task. But for coursework, you need to pass every courses. Joanna, am I right? You have anything to add on? Or?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just maybe in the national qualification, and then most of the students, they will need to do a right thesis, right, Lenny? And as far as I know, that's why they may think that what are the difference. It's like what Ethan said. Most of our master program, we have 2 types of master program. One is the master by coursework, master by research. Master by research, they are thinking about going on PhD, okay? But then on the master by coursework, there's some kind of like courses, the student will need to write some kind of research paper, but that is not really kind of research. It's just a part of the master by coursework, that kind of a subject, right? Yeah. But if you want to look for the PhD, then you may want to apply for the master by research. But of course, the GPA requirement will be higher. Yeah, but at the moment, I think for the Indonesian bachelor level, as I said, you need to write the thesis. But for the Indonesian bachelor level, it's equivalent to the Australian bachelor level, even though you have to write the thesis. Does that make sense? Now maybe much more clear. Yeah.
Jadi tugasnya bisa beragam sih sebetulnya. Tadi Ethan mention ada group projects, for example. Group projects berarti tugas yang dibuat bareng-bareng. Ada research-nya, ada laporan yang harus diberikan, bahkan ada PowerPoint yang harus dibuat, dan ada presentation yang harus dilakukan. Itu salah satu contoh tugas mungkin ya yang bisa di-elaborate sedikit lagi. Jadi macam-macam, ada cuma group projects, ada yang penting ada masukan tugas yang diberikan apapun tugasnya. Alright, any other questions? I think we are running out of time. Since we don't have any other questions, finally ya, bila sudah tidak ada pertanyaan lagi, saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih pada teman-teman yang sudah meluangkan waktu untuk berada di platform kami sore hari ini hingga acara ini berakhir. Also, I'd like to thank you once again, Joanna, Ethan, and Larasati, to share your insights and your experience today. Very useful for our audience and even to ourselves. Not to forget Doni, thank you Doni yang ada di background kita, whom without acara ini nggak bisa berjalan dengan lancar secara teknis actually. So once again, thank you all. Stay safe guys, and we'll see you in our next session.
Thank you very much, Lenny. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, everyone. And then thank you, AECC, to organize this session. And don't forget to come to Ethan one-on-one session on next Friday.
Are you joining me, Joanna?
Yes, I will. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
That's the thing about life. It can be unpredictable, but your dreams need not be. How far would you go to make your dreams come true? How close are you to reaching those goals set by you? While others focus on a new normal, you focus on a new beginning. Look around for what inspires you. Build your narrative. After all, it's your story to tell. Take a chance. Take a leap. Begin your study abroad journey with us.
Looking for the right course for you? Welcome to AECC Global's Course Search, your one-stop platform for all your international education needs. Browse through millions of free, valuable study abroad resources to pursue your international study dream. To begin your search, type in your preferred course in the search bar. Filter by sub-course category, level of study, destination preference, tuition fees, duration, and post-study work visa. With a destination drop-down, you can search for the preferred destinations of your choice. You can also filter down courses by top-ranked universities in your preferred destination and their rankings. Browse through various career choices, and you can also browse through free student resources like articles on tips to study abroad, the latest news, etc. We are here to support you with every step of your study abroad journey. To explore your course options, visit search.aeccglobal.com.
Thank you, Doni.